Alright, Shalom. Yahweh Shemi Shai Brakatha. I'm all praise unto Yahweh Shemi Shai. Double honors to the Apostle JMS. Honestly, brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity. Alright, this is gonna be a video looking in on you got it to where Donald Trump, he's he got the vote and now he's in, and basically you're gonna have some things happening as a direct result of that. Okay, one of the areas is going to be, which I'm going to be focusing in on, is the financial markets, man. Okay, the economic troubles and woes that are impending on both America and Britain, and consequently the whole world. All right. So I'm gonna premise it with this article here, and then I'm gonna look in on the focal point, which is sort of this one here. Which all of these articles go to show you that these fiat currencies are just BS, man. Okay, ain't nothing but BS. All right. If someone that's been elected to be a leader and all of that can affect the value of the currency, then how does that work? I mean, money's supposed to be just is there. It's outside of who's king or whatever. But see, Esau's in power right now, and he done changed everything up to where he's using fiat currencies. And in the olden times, you had the barter system, you had gold, you had silver, right? You had slaves, because slaves that's a commodity people don't people underestimate, because you're in Esau's kingdom, and because you're a slave to Esau, he doesn't teach you that slaves are actually one of the most important commodities out there on the stock market. Matter of fact, if you go into the book of Revelations, the 18th chapter, it tells you how this the selling of souls of men was something to that effect. Not for those words, but it tells you how America's basically where they sell the souls of men, man. And that makes sense, because you only understand how the debt system works and how they sell the debt to China and package it as a bond or whatever. Then you get into understanding that, wait, hold on a minute, this whole system is set up on enslaving the vast majority of the people. And when you go into what gives value to the fiat currencies, it's the people's belief in it. Because if you make a car, and the car's worth 10 barrels of oil or a shekel of gold or whatever, something that's finite, okay, but the person that I'm selling it to believes that this piece of paper, okay, has the ability to buy that stuff, then then you have a system where now you have what's known as fiat currencies, where the only power, the value, the value of this currency is predicated on the people believing it has value. Okay, I mean, not too much on that, but like I said, I'll get into these articles here. All right, so it says, who is more in economic trouble? Now this is used to be situations that were remote out there. It was happening in Venezuela, Italy, Greece, and so on and so forth. But now you're having a situation where now it's hitting home. All right, it's hitting the people that are in the so-called westernized world. Okay, the Americans, the British, and if it's hitting them on a global economic scale, then you're gonna have situations erupting all over the place, man. Okay, so it says free trade, immigration, inflation, tax, and healthcare. Who, America or Britain, is likely to have it worse financially in the years ahead? Now, ultimately, we know that these elites are gonna crash the economic market. See, that's why I had it to where I got this one here, because pretty much what they're saying is the dollar is gonna devalue because Trump is in power, and you've already seen a sharp devaluing of the dollar against the pound just today. I think it shot up to maybe 1.25 against the pound, and after the Brexit, of which the pound is really low already, all right, is at a 30-year low. All right, so when you consider that the pound is at a 30-year low and the dollar's dropping even further, then we're headed for some good times for the men of the law, but really some bad times for these elite bank, not these elite banking families, because they're the ones that are orchestrating this through the hands of the Most High, because the Most High did say within the scriptures that he is Babylon has been a golden cup within his hands, man. So he's controlling what they're doing, but ultimately, we know that the Most High is going to do away with even them. All right, so let's go on to the next paragraph. So it says here, the comparison between the Brexit vote, the victory of Donald Trump in the U.S. presidential election have been flowing all morning. It says that's true in terms of the uh, gargantuan shock of the result, which has confounded pollsters, right? Confident predictions and dramatic overturned financial market expectations. But the longer-term economic implications of both events could uh, also be comparably significant. All right, before we look at the areas of economic life that are likely to be affected and contemplate who and contemplate rather who America or Britain is likely to have it worse in the years ahead. So you got trade. Okay, one of the pillars of Donald Trump's campaign has been hostility and anger over free trade deals signed by America in recent decades, right? Especially the North American Free Trade Agreement, all right, which he claims has been responsible for hollowing out America's industry. Okay, he says he's also been by belligerent towards China, claiming that the world's second biggest economy is undervaluing its currency to gain an unfair trade advantage with the Americans, which that's what they're doing. That's why they're teaming up with the Russians out there and doing bilateral trading and so on and so forth out there, so they can cut their losses in terms of the dollar, man. All right, says, and again harming the American workers. It says, but if Trump delivers on his protectionist pledges to tear up the trade deals and even block imports, all right, virtually all economists believe this would make the overall American public significantly poorer, not better off. And that's the trick that they play with the British people too. Okay, they presented a package that was apparently good for the homegrown people, man, of which in both cases, both with Britain and America, really the homegrown people was Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, the Israelites. Because out there in America, who did you have before Esau went out there? You had the North American and Seminole Indian, North American Indians and the Seminole Indians living up in there. And the same thing with Britain. Britain was established. Britain, you check out the words and you go into who was dwelling there. You had Jakes here long before that, man. The Tudors, right? King Henry VIII, all right, Shakespeare. Those were all Jakes, man. Those were all people of color, man. Okay, but see, by way of the process of time and what was known as the Black Death, you had it to where that we lost our power structure, and Esau came up in there. But now he claims this has been his home for millennium. Okay, but see, the point I was alluding to was this. They projected this thing as being a good thing for the homegrown people. The Patriots, Edomite, or in America or in Britain, and in both cases you had a situation where the people was duped. Okay, in England, they was duped into thinking that the Brexit is going to benefit them, and you're already seeing the pound plunging, and they haven't even done it. Or the same thing is happening out there by way of this statement out there. If Trump delivers on his statements, but just by him saying the same thing with the Brexit, just by him saying that stuff, you're already seeing businesses back off. Okay, so you're gonna continuing on. He says, hey, you're gonna have inflation. Okay, he says protectionist policies from Trump will raise prices in the U.S. and the dollar has fallen in the wake of his vote. Okay, just in the wake of his vote, the dollar's fallen. We spoke about it a little bit early on, which could stoke inflation pressures in America. Okay, let's look at what else. He says immigration. He says Trump, of course, wants to build a wall to keep illegal Mexican immigrants to the U.S. It says he also called for a shutdown on Muslim entering into America. It says therefore it seems safe to assume that under Trump's immigration, under President Trump, immigration to the U.S. will become significantly restricted. All right, and then that's a lot of them hard workers that you have out there that so-called keep the economy going is them same immigrations, man. Okay, so it says tax said Trump's economic policies were the threadbare and incoherent, but he did say that he would cut income taxes, which, like I said, it seems good on paper and so on and so forth. But let's not forget that the American people already are already in what is it, 8 trillion in debt, and you're supposed to be paying that by what? By way of income tax, of which you would never do that. So how does cutting income tax help anybody? All right. So let's go back to this article here. All right, and I'll read a few points from here. It says pound sterling value. What will happen if Donald Trump wins the election? Which that's already happened, by the way. Okay, that's already happened. As you can see, this article was posted. This was well, both articles were posted 14 hours ago, 7 hours ago. But as of Trump's in there. In case you didn't know. Okay, it says traders are likely to focus on the prospects of another interest rate rise by the American Central Bank, possibly as soon as next month if Clinton wins. Okay, it says, and she didn't. Okay, it says the pound has fallen in suffering against the dollar even since the Brexit vote in June. It says it is trading close to a 31-year low, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, versus the greenback. Okay, holiday makers already feeling the pinch and the wave of inflation of goods and prices is expected to break out over households soon. So I think they had a situation out there with Sainsbury's and that, and they're starting to feel the pinch, and ultimately they're gonna raise their prices up and so on and so forth. See, these Edomites and Esau, they've been living okay. Okay, they've been living good now, but see, now you're gonna start feeling how Jake feels. Okay, and we're gonna enter in that time of Jacob's trouble, which everybody's gonna feel that. But ultimately, that's focusing in on homing in on Jake. But everybody's gonna be feeling the pinch of martial law, inflation, right? No fiat currencies and so on and so forth. As Esau tries to usher in his so-called new world order, but like the scripture says, when he's about to fill his belly, okay, he's gonna be in straits, man. He's gonna be in difficulties, but because ultimately he's gonna realize that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. Okay, that's what Esau's gonna realize. He's gonna realize that, wait, hold on a minute, I ain't in control of this, and then that's when the Most High is gonna step in, man. Okay, all right, so let's go to this because this is what happens. So if Donald Trump wins against the pound and other rich world currencies, the dollar is expected to slump. Okay, and that's what's happening, man. All right, that's what you're seeing within the economic markets out there. It says this is because America will have taken a leap into economic dark. All right, by choosing such an uncontroversial, inexperienced, and extreme and inherently unpredictable president. So you're headed out there for unpredictable times, man. All right, so pretty much with that, you get the picture of what's going to happen within the near future as concerning both the U.S. and England. Okay, you're headed for economic woes, man. All right, and the good times is over, All right, so with that, I'm gonna say, all praise unto Yahweh, Shimi Al Shai, double honors the apostle GMS, unless you both be pushing the truth in sincerity. Shalom.